Now from the Weather Tracker TV Storm Studios, this is your weather today. Here's Chief Meteorologist William Cole.
All right, folks, here we go right out of the gate on this Tuesday. And I tell you what, if you enjoyed the weather yesterday, Monday, the bright sunshine and the comfortably cool temperatures, you're really going to enjoy today's forecast as well. More the way of bright sunshine, but a touch milder. In fact, today we'll be cruising up into the mid-60s for daytime highs. In fact, really, as we go through the rest of the work week, I think you're going to like the forecast. It's all until we get to this upcoming weekend. The big weather changes arrive. We've got a strong cold front just in time for the weekend, and maybe even an opportunity of some storms in the area as well. Again, we'll get to those details coming up. But this is where we started the morning. These were the morning lows. A lot of 30s out there for some folks, especially the surrounding areas around the Metroplex. Again, here locally in the Metroplex, generally temperatures right around 40. A few exceptions to that. In fact, Arlington was down to 34 this morning, and in fact, Denton flirting with a freeze this morning. You folks were down to 30 on the nose. So looking at radar, we're basically quiet in North Texas. And in fact, really, even as we go over the next several days, we do remain completely quiet as far as radar goes. But it's all about that blue line, that cold front. It's going to be inbound as we go through the day. There's not a lot of cold air with it. It's basically just a little wind shift line that's going to come through. It's going to edge our temperatures down by a degree or two tomorrow. But I can tell you, as we get into Thursday, as we get into Friday, temperatures do begin to rebound, all ahead of our next stronger cold front that again is on the way. Again, more details on that coming up. But again, looking behind that front, again, you can see temperatures around the nation. Chilly, yes, but again, not overly cold, right? You have to look well up into parts of Canada to find any true Canadian air or to find any Arctic air. Of course, this is the time of year we really begin to look off to the north and again, see if any of this becomes displaced, maybe tries to make a run down into the southern plains. And even though we have a stronger cold front coming in this weekend, any Arctic air, again, that's going to still stay well to our north. So chillier, yes, but again, not a cold blast on the way. So a couple things going on, at least in the near term, that we're watching. Now, number one, big storm system moving out of the Midwest, big area spin, but it's got this cold front extending off of it, right? The core of the system is well off to our east. That's where some chillier weather is. Again, this front comes through, like I mentioned, mainly a wind shift line for today and for tonight, even for parts of tomorrow. But the bigger story, at least as we get into Thursday, as we get into Friday, it's this ridging pattern behind it. This is quiet weather. This is pretty mild weather. And again, as that builds in, like I mentioned, especially for Friday, some locations around the area may even be flirting with some record high temperatures. So going forward in time, just kind of the overall perspective, you can see the big deep storm trough there. Again, that continues to push off to the east, pulling away from our area. But again, look at this ridge. I mean, that almost looks like summertime, right? So again, yes, milder temperatures, sunny skies, again, light winds, all of that will be in the forecast, like I mentioned, essentially as we go over the next several days. But again, here comes our storm system just in time for the weekend. And I want you to look at this carefully. This actually swings right down into the southern plains. And look at the intensity. Look at the jet stream wind field around that storm. There may be an opportunity. And again, this is still looking out several days. So we're kind of stretching this to a certain extent. But this is from the Storm Prediction Center. There may be an opportunity of a few strong to maybe even severe storms. This would be very late Friday into early Saturday morning, but from our eastern counties, I think more so over into the piney woods of eastern Texas and up into parts of the Arklatex. Again, the devil's in the details. We'll track it carefully. Again, this is just kind of at least a first look at that scenario. Here's the modeling. This will be for, again, very late on Friday and early Saturday morning. Again, similar story. You see a line of storms trying to form near or just east of our eastern counties. And again, that will then quickly, as we go through Saturday, that will then quickly rocket off. But again, the timeline on that very late Friday and a very early Saturday morning. So temperatures today, again, comfortably mild. In fact, a lot of 60s around the area. Again, generally sunny as we go through the afternoon. Winds remain light, right? 5 to maybe 10 miles per hour. Winds, simply put, not a factor as we go through the day. And even as we take a look at your Tuesday evening, things looking good. Temperatures just kind of easing back through the 50s. You see that light northeasterly wind coming in this evening. And then overnight 30s to right around 40. Basically what you saw out the door this morning, a repeat tonight. And then as we go through tomorrow, Wednesday, you can see temperatures edge down by a degree or two behind that little wind shift line. But again, simply put, that's it. We build the temperatures on Friday and then take a look at your weekend. That is chillier with highs only in the 50s.